Also thinker is supposed to be covered. And as soon as a devotee comes to second year, then there is another course. That course is called as, anyone knows? You heard about?
Game.
And the game is positive thinker only. Game is another name of positive thinker or entire first year course. Game is only for first year. So in first year we are supposed to complete the entire game series. So as soon as we come to second year, then the course name is self manager. VO. Okay. कितने लोग पहली बार ये सुन रहे हैं शब्द सेल्फ मैनेजर कि ऐसा कुछ कोर्स भी होता है? हाँ लेक्चर्स है, पर ऐसा हम कोर्स इंट्रोड्यूस करेंगे। ये पहली बार ये किताब को आप देखे होंगे, पर पहली बार उसको शायद खोलेंगे लाइव जीवन में। कितने लोग के लिए एक न्यू कंसेप्ट है जो मैं बताया अभी। माय गॉड। सो अगर आशा करते हैं इसको आप रिकॉर्ड करके कहीं पब्लिश मत कर दीजिएगा। लोग कहेंगे कि क्या ये कैसा वॉइस है कि लोगों को सेल्फ मैनेजर कोर्स भी नहीं पता है, फोर्थ ईयर में आ गए, फिफ्थ ईयर में आ गए, लोगों को पता नहीं। दिस इज सपोज टू बी इंक्लूडेड इन सेकेंड ईयर, बट somehow the other it's my own mistake that I couldn't introduce this so well. But at least from now onwards, we'll be doing this very, very sincerely and systematically. So today I'm going to introduce this. Okay. Good, wonderful. Let's see if it happens. Okay, good. So yeah, that's very nice. So because I was just worried that this book is not there available in hard copy format. Only 2 books are here in this voice. So I was just thinking that how will all of you read and solve the questions and everything. So by Krishna's grace, we have soft copy. Hari Bol. Okay. So soft copy is there here. I think this can be also extracted, no? It can be printed into. Yeah, I think it can be printed to the. Yeah, printed to PDF. Perfect. So let's see. I'll click on the print. Let's see what happens. Nothing happens. हाँ, let's see. So if this works, then I'll send all of you this book as a soft copy. We can't open this file. See, this PDF has to be open in some other where it will open. I'm just telling what to do. Okay, our Tanay Pro will work out how to get it. So we already have a soft copy in a CHM format. So he will do it. You convert it and you send to everyone. Tanay Pro is a super technical developers team. कुछ नहीं हुआ तो कम से कम कॉपी पेस्ट करके कर देना है ना, कोई कठिन चीज़ नहीं है। ठीक है, तो डॉक्टर यहाँ पर है तो फाइल, इसको कॉपी पेस्ट करके अच्छा PDF बना के सबको भेज दीजिए। ठीक है, so this book will be given to you. Then I have responsibility to ensure that everyone receives a soft copy. So there is 2 important things as we study, as we understand and go deeper into Krishna consciousness. There is not there. Actually, there are many things, but in essence, There are two important things. Okay, so there are two things. Two things when we are getting so this training, this voice training has two very important aspects, you can say. One aspect is to get trained in Siddhanta and another is to get trained in Sadachar. So always there are two topics. Sadachar topics are also we call as. Anyone has heard this thing? What is this full form? Anyone? Anyone has heard? How many people have heard this term? VMML. Very few have heard. Okay. Okay. Only those who have heard, I will ask them. How many? Anyone of you know full form of VMML? Okay, Vaishnava. Okay, very good. Very nice. And it's not machine learning. It's not meaningful life. Vaishnava mood, mission, and lifestyle. Clear? Please remember this. VMML means Vaishnava, mood, mission and lifestyle, which is actually in simple words is called Sadachar. Okay? So Sadachar includes these things. That what is the mood of a Vaishnava? Right? What is the consciousness of what he thinks? How is the qualities like humility and everything? What is the mission? Okay? Right? Mission of a Vaishnava. Right? What is the devotee's mission? What he wants to do and accomplish. Okay? And what is the lifestyle of a Vaishnava? Lifestyle includes waking up, filling sadhana card, different Vaishnava etiquettes. Okay? Yeah? So these aspects. More mission. So do you think that in the classes till now you have attended in voice, you have got very good familiar with mood, mission and lifestyle? How many of you feel that? You may not know that VMML naam ka kuch hota hai, or Sadachar naam ka kuch hota hai, but how many of you feel that you have got some understanding of Vaishnava's mood, mission, lifestyle? Yes, you have. Okay, so we have been, without telling you that we have been doing some course or anything, we have been covering many of these topics. Okay, but now I would like to see that we all understand that there is something called as voice syllabus. How many of you are hearing first time this term, voice syllabus? Voice syllabus किसी ने सुना है? लोगों ने voice syllabus word सुना है, terminology सुना है. There's something called as voice syllabus. So in voice syllabus, as I told that there are 4 courses. Okay, positive thinker, self-manager. Then what is the next course? Anyone knows? Productive leader. Okay, I should write all these things. Today's class is just introducing you what is voice. What we are supposed to do. So voice is. So what is the first course? This is class 1. Standard 1, okay? This is, actually positive thinker begins from first year. And you can say first year and second year, it overlaps. because then the first year we are unable to complete it. So it goes on in second year also. So every course has both aspects. Okay. Yes. Every course has a Siddhanta part and Svayachar part. Okay. There are specific clear-cut books for both these things for every course. Yes. Okay. Which is new concept for all of you. But I'm just explaining that there are which will be slowly eventually will be given, and we will help you to study and do everything. Okay, clear? Then next course is self-management. It's book we are showing you right now. There's some book like this, and soft copy will be also given to you. So it also has Siddhanta. This book is called as Siddhanta course. Okay, this is not complete. This is called as Siddhanta. And then there is another book, quite a thick book, that is called as Sadachar. Okay, there is a VMML, SMVMML. SMVMML देखा है किसी ने? Soft copy, hard copy. Because किसी ने नहीं देखा तो I may have to combine everyone to cover these things. Okay. Next verse is called as Proactive Leader. किसी ने सुना है? कितने लोगों ने इसका नाम सुना है? ये कोर्स का नाम सुना है मतलब PL का क्लासेस भी हमने चालू कर दिया था, बिकॉज आप लोग सीनियर बैच में आ गए थे, तो हमने कहा कि ठीक है, ये तो थर्ड ईयर का है, दिस इज सेकेंड ईयर and you can say third year. This is, you can say, third year, and it overlaps because depends on how you cover. Ideally speaking, this should be the course here. This is first year, this is second year, this is third year. The fourth course is? Anyone knows? Yeah, very good. Personality development. कैसे बता दें?
नहीं देखा, वेबसाइट में देखा।
वेबसाइट में रेशन में बनाया है सब कुछ। Active leader and personality development. So this also has Siddhanta and Sadachar.
वेबसाइट में सर्च करें कोर्स के अंदर ही पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट।
वेबसाइट में अलग अलग कोर्सेज के नाम लिखे हुए हैं। खोलिए वेबसाइट में है ये सब, और वेबसाइट में लेक्चर्स हैं और इट्स नॉट कंप्लीट येट, वो अंडर वर्क है। सारे कोर्सेज from website perspective under work, but development of these courses happened way back in 2008 at least. 2008 में ये सारे courses launch हो चुके थे while I was in VOICE. We studied all these courses already. But website में because the lectures and all are not yet made, so website में आप खोलेंगे personality development course, उसमें से आपको शरणागति का एक folder दिखाई देगा, कुछ है ही नहीं। तो ये शरणागति कोई वो कोर्स है क्या? It's like one of the camp in the final course, one of the camp, not that it is पूरे एक साल में आपको एक कैंप करना है, ऐसा थोड़ी ना होता है, understand? But because it is not yet, website is under work, whole syllabus is under work, and many things are going on, and this development is happening since beginning of creation. I mean, beginning of creation of VOICE, 1995. Since 1995, I'll say the work is in progress. In 2008, these all books came up. So we are like, we are seeing. Very nice. And then Raishampur has been refining and year after year, every year something is happening. So that's why they publish one book and then Raishampur refines more. Even Utkarsha also, you can see this year's whole syllabus is how it's constantly evolving. It will keep evolving. So, but whatever it may keep evolving, let us at least continue the course. Right? Rajaprabhu very much wants that we do this course. Clear? So ये आपको at least structure clear हुआ, ठीक है? So now what we'll do, we will begin from self-manager course, okay? And I will now explain you that how we cover these courses. So first chapter in this course, which will be completely new for you to hear this chapter name. This chapter is called as Peace Formula. Rivo. Okay. It's a very, very important topic. All these topics are very important. See why the Siddhanta is very important thing. Something I can say that Sadachar we have spoken a lot, although I never gave you any books that from which books I am teaching or what we are teaching, or there is no systematic notes or anything. I couldn't do that till now. I have done it, but many of you have forgotten. So like at least in those who are in 4th year batch currently, for them I took SMBMML with book, and I gave all of you book also, and I used to read with the book from the book. Maybe I never introduced like this. So now today I am introducing so that in future you all can go through. Also I wanted a very proper, I've been waiting. I wanted to launch these things after putting everything in a website, and I've been discussing about making a whole voice syllabus into a website where devotees can every day take, right? That means every day when you have a morning class, you can log in and you can take it that today this part of your syllabus you have completed. So in that way, you know that what is the voice syllabus and how much you are covering. So you will keep getting that how much it is being covered, and then there is a test. Test for VMML, test for Siddhanta. Yeah, all test papers are made already. We used to give our time, we used to have tests, have certificates for every course. So, obviously. F means repetition. If you don't pass, you have to repeat. You have to again give the test. If you don't study, then surely you'll fail. No doubt. Point is simple. See, if we call you a 4th year devotee, then you should be 4th year devotee. Not that you're just because in academics you have reached to 4th year, but your knowledge about Krishna consciousness is not even like 2nd year. That means you should not be called as 4th year devotee. You should be called as academic 4th year, but 2nd year in Krishna consciousness. Like that. PDF नहीं दे देते सेट में रहता कैसे ऑनलाइन okay, so everyone got the self management book. अभी मत खोलो, बताता हूँ. हाँ खोल सकते हैं, please formula खोल लीजिए. And because I'll teach something today. We'll be beginning today. At least I'll begin the course. But before I begin the course, I'm just introducing the course first of all, because I want to make sure that from now onwards we very systematically follow, so that what is the purpose, why we want to follow this course so wonderfully, because that will help you make a very strong foundation of understanding Krishna consciousness. What happens many times, we know things here and there, we hear so many things. Like Srila Prabhupada books, reading Srila Prabhupada books surely gives you all the knowledge, 100% sure. But one thing which we need, our technical mind needs, is a properly compiled, systematic, thematic discussions, okay, which you don't find in Prabhupada books, right? So Prabhupada books has everything, but if this topic, every topic is everywhere. Every topic is all pervading, right? So now what Radheshyam did, understanding, because he is also from the same background of technical background, so understanding our, how much systematic things we need, and which will help us to grasp and help us to present and help us to, to really get into the topic. So what Radheshyam did, this book is authored by, who's the author of this book? No. This book is Radheshyam writes in the beginning of the book, compiled by Radheshyam Das. Okay, this book is compiled by Radheshyam Das. Who is the author? Srila Prabhupada. Okay. So Srila Prabhupada, and you can say many others. Right? So many authors like Krishna is the author, Prabhupada is the author, then he is saying Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj is the author, and then Radhanath Maharaj is the author. There are so many devotees Rai Shankar has heard, But primary source is Srila Prabhupada. Okay? So Prabhupada is the primary source. So that's why Rai Shankar is even compiled by. He is just taken from so many lectures of Prabhupada and books of Prabhupada and everything and compiled it into a theme which can help us all to grasp the concept very systematically. And when Rai Shankar did these things, and the ISKCON gave him an award called as G. Goswami Award. It was such a wonderful presentation, these books, when he compiled them, way back in 2004. Before these books came. These books actually are originated from another book. You know what are the original books for which Rai Shankar got the award? Those books are called as Your Best Friend, Your Secret Journey, Victory Over Death, and Discover Yourself. These 4 books actually are the original books for which Rai Shankar got the award. He compiled. But then further, he found that to make it into more systematic course, there need to be some more work. So then after that he started working on these courses. And same books only have transformed into these books, different books. Okay. But some chapters are not. That's why Rai Shankar also keeps saying that some chapters you read from these books also. Right? So like that. Okay, so what I was explaining? Tell me.
Peace formula.
What I
Systematically compiled by us.
Combined by us. Okay. So I was telling that how this book, Rai Shankar took it from different and he has compiled. So now how the Siddhanta is covered in this book, and I would like that we all cover it nicely. So there are total, in this book, there are total how many chapters? A total 5 chapters. Total 5 chapters are there in this book. 10 topics in Peace Formula, 1 chapter. Okay. So total 5 chapters are there. And every chapter, what I would suggest that what we will do is that we'll read through, okay, together we'll read through, and whenever I am there, I will take discussions. If I am not there, you all read through yourself, okay, right? And best is that we sit in our own batches so that we can do our discussions. We don't have to sit in. When I am there, I may take a common class like this. But when I am not there, or Jyotirmaya Prabhu is there, then Jyotirmaya Prabhu also takes separate class, me and Jyotirmaya, so that we discuss in smaller groups and really churn and understand deeper. Okay. And then at the end of the whole chapter, after you complete, then there are two things are there. One thing you will find at the end, some storyline comes. This is called as storyline. SL in Russian is what like Akshaya Patra. If you open this, keep scrolling. At the end of the chapter, the magic perennial food bowl. Okay, you found it? It's called a storyline. So not every chapter has a storyline, but you'll find some chapters have storyline. Okay. So then when it comes to storyline, then what we'll do, then there are questions, after every paragraph there are questions, so we should solve these questions, okay, right? So these questions should be solved and written in a notebook, and then there can be a discussion. Whenever I am there, I will do a discussion on this storyline and questions. Storyline, if I am not there, skip it, and then I will discuss storylines, okay? And then after that, this is very important, which doesn't require me to be personally present, but I would like all of you to do. After that, what comes? Quiz. Self-manager quiz 1, Peace Formula. It says part A to be answered by all. Okay. So part A, everyone answer all the 10 questions in a separate notebook. There is supposed to be one workbook also, but anyways, we are not. Yeah, there is a workbook. there, there. It used to be there, I think. Workbook. Self-manager workbook. आपने नहीं देखा कभी?
अच्छा
हाँ?
वो
देखा?
कैसा बुक रहता है ना सिले प्रभुपाद का पाठ है
नहीं,
अच्छा सिले प्रभुपाद बोस का
इसी साइज का वर्कबुक है. It was there in voice, somehow I'm not able to see it. It used to be there. So anyways, because we are not purchasing all these books right now, and we have become soft copy people. so you can type all your answers in the soft copy. I would suggest, or if you can note, how many of you like to write by copy pen? And prefer to write by copy pen than to type on the laptop? Half. और ये क्या नाम है इनका? प्रशांत वो हाथ नहीं उठा रहे. आपको नहीं, आपको लिखना अच्छा नहीं लगता, टाइपिंग ही अच्छा लगता है. So because the majority, this is democracy. So what we'll do, because what happens if someone types and someone writes may not be a very good idea. So best is that everyone writes. And another good thing will happen by writing is that you will not copy paste. There's a very, very good chance that, because especially Bhagavad Gita question answers are there after that. I'll explain that. So there's a very good chance that we just copy and paste it. So that's what is not supposed to be done. Okay, very important. So thank you for telling that you like to write. So you can purchase one notebook. Okay, purchase one separate notebook. Okay, for this you can put their self-manager and write. This is like chapter self-manager quiz 1 part A, like that. Okay, part A, then question 1, 2, 3 for answers. You just don't have to write the question, just keep writing answers. Okay, okay. So this is called as solving, SM solving. So हम लोग ऐसा एक terms use करेंगे आज. Today morning class is SM solving. Okay, clear? So then that means what? That means everyone start solving this. Okay, because the chapter is already over. First we should read through the chapter, understand every concept. If there are questions, discuss that. All that is done. After that, SM solving will be happening. Okay, okay. So then you answer all the questions yourself, and after these are answered, then there will be copy checking. Okay. That also we will do publicly. Okay, but you will not check your copy. Okay. Then we will swap the copies of each other, and we will discuss the answers, and we will tell you how the marks are given, and through that we will try to more deeply understand philosophy. So this whole book will help us understand philosophy, Siddhanta, very properly. The subtleties in the philosophy, which if you don't understand, then we ourselves will be having some lingering doubts. Right? Some doubts which are always there. Or when someone will ask you a question, you go for preaching, someone asks you a question, then you are bewildered. You can't answer because you yourself have not yet grasped and understood properly philosophy about Krishna. So this is tattva. This tattva has to be understood very, very properly. Clear? So answer, this part A is very easy. Generally part A is easy because it is directly from the book only. Okay? Okay? Part B is not for all of you. It is written only for married and below 50 years. Okay? Okay? So none of you are married. Maybe, yeah. So this is because they can relate to that kind of life. So Raisham has put such kind of questions. So that is not relevant. Part B is not relevant for you. Part C is क्या लिखा है? For college students. So that is part C is for you. So part A and part C. Okay. These two we should solve. What? Okay. So part C questions sometimes may not be directly answered in the book. You have to think. Okay. It may not be like you just copy paste. You can't copy paste this. Part A you may copy paste, but still you should try your best that without seeing you write. Okay. Right. That means you really understood. But you are allowed to see. Okay, when you write the answer, you can go through and refer. नहीं तो पता लगा कुछ स्पेकुलेट मत करिए, पढ़ लो, पढ़ने के बाद फिर बिना देखे देखो, ठीक है? Once you have understood that, don't just copy paste like this also. There are two types of copy paste. One is select, Control C, Control V. Another is that in your mind you just one word. You're not even understanding what you are copying, right? Isn't it? Without understanding, you write. So that's why this is for your benefit. No one can check this. Okay. Okay. So you should know that this is ultimately for your benefit. Next, you will find Bhagavad Gita as it is quiz. Okay. So this first quiz is little big. It has 108 questions. Okay. So that's why when we say SM solving, this may go on for longer time. Okay. So this is also a wonderful question answer. Now, good thing about this is that every question in the bracket you will find verse number is written. Okay. Right. So how you have to solve this? You don't have to like study the entire Bhagavad Gita and then close it and then solve, not like that. But what you have to do, I'll tell you. For example, if you open first, second, third, fourth. First, second, third. 3 questions are from 5.29. Okay. So what you should do? Okay, you understood that 3 questions are from 5.29. Now you can first, maybe if you want, you can read the questions also first. Okay, read the question. No, better not to read the question. But if you read the question, then you'll just look for the answer. So what you can do? First, you can read the verse, translation, purport, understand it. Okay. After that, you read the question, and then you see that if you are able to answer the question without seeing the purport. Okay. Answers are there in the purport. You can just copy paste the answers also. Right? And some questions Shampoo will ask, like where you have to use your own intelligence also. You just can't copy paste. Like some questions will be like, what is it? Comprehensive. English में आता था comprehensive passes. वो passes दिया रहेगा, उसके base पे questions रहेगा. So most of the questions will be like that only. Okay. But try your best that you without seeing your answer. But you'll find that these questions, if you are able to answer, you'll be understanding what is there in Prabhupada's purport. We never knew this. We read Prabhupada, but now this will increase your understanding of Siddhanta. Rai Shampra is very meticulously, this all personally made by Rai Shampra, all these questions. Very meticulously, taken some questions he is asking, so that we really understand some points. And I can tell you honestly that when I did this, in my college days, I solved all these questions. The entire book I finished. So when I did this, I could get so much more clear understanding of the philosophy. Because I personally have done, I am convinced about it. That's why I am asking you to do. Right? So it's really very helpful. And then we used to have checking, like we interchange the copies and do checking, so like that. Okay. So Bhagavad Gita checking is not at all difficult because it's mostly comprehensive, but it's more meant for for you to get into the Siddhanta. Okay. So similarly, then we'll go to next chapter, who should be the object of my worship. And some of the concepts you may find, ye pata hai mujhe, but still when you read this, you will get much more clarity. अरे ये पॉइंट नहीं पता था मुझे, ये तो बहुत अच्छा है, अभी और क्लियर हो गया ब्रो, पहले ये बात क्लियर नहीं हो रहा था. So like that. Okay. So thank you very much. At least we can recite the verse. Please, verse. भोक्ताराम यज्ञ तपसाम सर्वलोक महेश्वर सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the Supreme Lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attain peace from pangs of material miseries. So everyone in this world is looking for peace. है कि नहीं? Especially in IIT. है कि नहीं? सब लोग कहते हैं peace. Don't मतलब peace मारो. That's what they want. But just by saying like that, no one is peaceful. So that's why you have to understand there is some formula which is needed for this peace which everyone is looking for. And once Raja Shampur was sharing that he went to a program, and in that program there were all types of people. There were very elderly people, like 60 plus. There were young businessmen people of like 40 to 60. There were more young dynamic people. There were some teenagers. So all these were sitting together. It's a family program. So then Aishan was thinking that what topic should I speak? So then he asked, because it's a variety of audience, so he asked everyone that what do you want from this program? He asked a question before he began the class. Everyone will share what do you want, what you are expecting from this program, what will happen. So the teenagers, they said, we want peace. And then he asked, okay, this is the teenagers. Their answer was we want peace. Okay, then next group were like a young, corporates and business fellows. So he asked, what is your answer? And there were some Matajis also there, and they all together said, we want peace. We wish that at the end of this program we learn how to attain peace. And then Aishan was okay, the next generation people who are like more aged, almost like 40 to 60 range. What is and they said, we want peace. And then 60 plus very old people, what is your, we want peace. So this is something which is whatever age group, whatever situation, everyone is disturbed. And that's why Aishamul begins this chapter by saying the cause of unhappiness and lack of peace. Why there is lack of peace? First we understand, and then we understand what is this peace formula. So point is that many times in our own lives, we are agitated and not very peaceful because we do not know. What this verse says, Gyatva mam shantim vrachati. Gyatva means knowing. If we just know, what three things? What three things?
Krishna is supreme enjoyer.
Why? Knowing this is very important. Why? Because we want to enjoy. And then we find I am not able to enjoy. I want to enjoy. I did this whole thing. I wanted to enjoy. I am not able to enjoy. Then I make next plan to enjoy. But if you understand, sorry sir, you are not the enjoyer. You are enjoyed. You are Prakriti. Krishna is Purusha. You are Prakriti. You are supposed to serve. Right? You are not an enjoyer. You are a servant. And Krishna is the only enjoyer. Then you can be peaceful. I am not an enjoyer. Then you can be peaceful because that's a truth position. Okay? Just knowing this itself gives you peace. Okay, I am not. I should not work hard for enjoyment. I should work hard to serve. Okay, I should work hard to serve. Yeah. Then anyways you will be happy. But I am not doing that. Second,
Krishna is the supreme
Sarva Loka Maheshwara.
Krishna is the
proprietor.
controller and proprietor. So we want to acquire more things and control all these things. Proprietor matlab owner. Yes, owner. Okay. Owner. Controller and owner. Okay. So this is his and he is in control. Right. So Krishna is the controller. We want to own things and we want to control things. Right? So when and that's why we are not peaceful. Because we find that although I own something and I want to control, but then my ownership is always at stake. Always someone else is eyeing on it and he will take it away. And then I want to control and I find I'm unable to control. So that's why there is so much frustration. Right? But if you understand Krishna is controller, you become free. You become peaceful. Just knowing. So just if you just know. Next thing what? Then friend. Or I would use another word. Heart to heart friend. Most dear friend. Your best friend. So Krishna is your best friend. Right? Now, another problem is that Krishna is everyone's best friend. Because what we want to be friend of everyone and we want to help everyone. This is another tendency we have. And we are not able to help. I thought I'll help this person, but I couldn't do sufficient. That is the cause of disturbance. I thought I'll take care of him, and then things went beyond, and I couldn't take care of him. Then there's so much frustration. What can we do? I'm not able to be well-wisher of everyone because you are not. You should understand that you can't be everyone's well-wisher. Who is the well-wisher? Then you can be very peaceful. My job is not to that everyone should praise me, connect with me, because you can't take care of everyone. My job is to connect everyone to Krishna. Krishna can take care of everyone. Understand? Then you can be peaceful. Clear? This is called as peace formula. So like that, understanding the Siddhanta itself can grant us much deeper understanding, realization and nourishment in our spiritual life. Plus, we'll be able to really help people in a more proper way. So we humbly request that let us begin our courses. I have introduced all the courses. I have explained about Siddhanta Sadasar. And we have begun self-manager course. We hope and pray to the Lord that we may actually continue this. It should not happen that today I introduce and after that yogo nashta. Sa kalena mahata yogo nashta. Okay. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki.